Totally.
Would you put your foot, or would you try to stop it if instead of sending me a signed copy of the script or a T-shirt that makes me feel good, somebody went on Kickstarter and said, and if you do it, you get 1% of the gross?
Yeah, we don't allow it, and we, it's just not our bag, you know. I think that removes the thing that is the most amazing part to us, which is all of those ideas that before were not being well served by the other model, the investment model. We don't want people looking at these projects and thinking, is this thing going to make money? We want people, that bar is really high. And we want people looking at these projects and be like, I like these people, I like their idea, I want to help make this happen. And that's where we focus. And I think other people will experiment in those other areas, and we watch from the sidelines.
Have you seen people start experimenting in the area of doing a Kickstarter that's not quite as altruistic, but that would be for crowdsourcing real investment?
The Jobs Act was passed, I think, maybe now a little over a year ago, which was the first step in
you could explain, or I will. The law allowed very small investors to invest in startups without going through all the SEC and Dodd-Frank requirements. And people sometimes said it was to help things like Kickstarter, meaning if you wanted to invest in a film on Kickstarter, you could be an investor. But of course, you all said no, because that's how it Kickstarter.
It was actually a really interesting time for us because we were being used as the example of why the legislation should happen, and we kind of just were never involved, and we didn't say anything. And then after it was passed, everybody's first question was, when are you going to launch this? And we were like, actually, this is not our intent, and we're not really interested in this. I think it's still stuck. It's not. The SEC is going to weigh in on it. I honestly don't know what's going to happen. As a spectator, I don't know how it's going to play out.
And if the SEC says, yeah, you can invest in these things online, crowdsourced, and get an equity stake, would you see that as a threat to Kickstarter? Would you go into that field, or would you just be a spectator?
Yeah, we're definitely not going into that. I mean, we have so much on our plate in this area that, and it's just, we think spiritually different from where we come from. I don't think we look at a lot of this landscape as competitive. This stuff is so emergent. I think that in many ways we're looking at a lot of this stuff as, interested in the emergent behavior that surrounds this kind of stuff. In many ways, we're like at the forefront of a new model being really engaged with in a mass way. And so, that's why we're very public with our stats. Even as a private company, you can go on Kickstarter, and you go to our stats page, and we put up a tremendous amount of transparent information because we think it's important.
But do you reveal the names of the donors to each project?
Yeah,
or can I do it anonymously?
Yeah, you could type in anonymous, not Walter Isaacson.
Yeah, right.